Alright, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the cost of living in Lawrenceville, but just not Lawrenceville. We're going to break it out to Lower Lawrenceville. Lower Lawrenceville, if you look on the map, is going to be the area closest to the city of Pittsburgh, downtown as we like to call it. Alright, are you ready? Let's make it happen. Alright, so the Lower Lawrenceville rating, overall rating is going to be a C+. And all of these ratings I'm giving you has been researched by myself through areavibes.com. So overall, Lower Lawrenceville is 4% below the national average. Goods and services, 8%. 8% below the national average. And then Lower Lawrenceville housing is again going to be below the national average, but it's going to be 20% below national average. So for an overall index, Lower Lawrenceville gets a 96 grade report. City of Pittsburgh is going to be a 91, and the state of Pennsylvania is a 99. So again, I've explained the numbers before, but I'm going to do it again. A 100 is the national average. So if it's 90, then it's 90%, it's 90%, which is 10% below the national average. That's kind of like the asterisk. So when it comes to groceries, Lower Lawrenceville and Pittsburgh both sit at a 109, and the state of Pennsylvania is a 103. So that's slightly above the national average of 100. Healthcare for Lower Lawrenceville and Pittsburgh is 92, and the state is 94. So just a smidge below the state percent of 94, and of course the national average again of 100. Housing is kind of all over the place with this one. So Lower Lawrenceville is an 80, the city of Pittsburgh is a 65, and the state of Pennsylvania is a 91. So again, pretty significantly below the state average, and then again the national average. When it comes to transportation, Lower Lawrenceville and the city of Pittsburgh both tied for a 119, and the state of Pennsylvania is a 109. So we're above the national average there. Again, when it comes to cost of living, you want to kind of be below the averages. So if you're finding this information helpful, even if you're not, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to get all notifications so you don't miss a darn thing. And of course, when you're ready to relocate into Pittsburgh, comment below, DM me, text me, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, whatever other method there is, I'm available. Okay, so when it comes to transportation, utilities, Lower Lawrenceville and the city of Pittsburgh are sitting at a 114, and the state of Pennsylvania is a 111. So that was the cost of living. I want to delve in a little further, and we're going to go to crime. Crime in Lower Lawrenceville ranks a B-. Total crime is 36% below the national average. Now that's very good. You want the cost down, and you want the crime below national average. Violent crime is 9% below. Property crime is 41% below the national average. So all in all, Lawrenceville seems to be a relatively safe place, hence the B-. Let's break it down though. So total crime is 1,645 per 1,000 people in Lower Lawrenceville. That's total crime. Pittsburgh, as for comparison, is 3,595, almost 3,600. Pennsylvania is just under 1,800, and let's compare all those against the national average, which is 2,580. So, you know, all in all, not bad. Violent crime is 348, and these are estimates, and that's for Lower Lawrenceville. The city of Pittsburgh is 580. Now let's compare that to the state of Pennsylvania, which is 306, and then we're going to compare all of that against the national average, which is kind of the benchmark of 381. When it comes to property crime, Lower Lawrenceville is just under 1,300, whereas the city of Pittsburgh is just over 3,000, and the state of Pennsylvania is a smidge under half that, a smidge under 1,500. Comparing all those, how do we do against the national average? Well, the national average is 2,200. And again, that's property crimes. So when it comes to employment, Lower Lawrenceville slides down a little bit and gets a D-. Now, income per capita is Lower Lawrenceville is 26% higher than the national average. Household income is 6% lower than the national average, and unemployment is 33% higher than the national average. Income per capita, Lower Lawrenceville is $37,532 a year, and if we compare that to Pittsburgh, it's just under $30,000 per year. The state of Pennsylvania average is just over $30,000 per year. So you can see we're all really just in line there with each other. Now the median household income is just under $52,000 a year, compared to the city of Pittsburgh, which is just over $42,000 a year. And compared to the state of Pennsylvania, is just under $55,000 a year. So just over $51,000 for Lower Lawrenceville. That's, it's right in line with all the averages. Median earnings male is $36,861. Female would be $27,000 and $27,066. Now that's Lower Lawrenceville. If we compare those to the city of Pittsburgh, we're going to see the male is just under $31,000, whereas the female falls $24,641. Now that is the city of Pittsburgh. If we go with the state of Pennsylvania, the male median earnings is just under $40,000 a year, and the female is $26,440. Unemployment rate in Lower Lawrenceville is 6.2%, compared to the city of Pittsburgh of 4.8% and the state of Pennsylvania of 4.5%. So we're a little higher there. Maybe it's because we're a little more inner city at Lower Lawrenceville. I'm not quite sure. So the median, let's move on to housing. It's one of my favorites. The median house price is just under $140,000. So very affordable in the Lower Lawrenceville area. Now, if we compare that to Pittsburgh as a city, it's $100,000. So we're above that, which isn't a bad thing. That just means that there's some nicer houses there. And the state of Pennsylvania is just over $167,000, just under really $168,000. And that's, the median price point in Pittsburgh's been between $160 and $180 as far as I've ever known it. So the good news is it doesn't fall below that, and it doesn't climb too far above that. Again, if you're thinking about relocating to Pittsburgh, make sure you comment below, shoot me a DM, text, etc. And always subscribe, hit the bell, get all notifications. So the median rent ask in Lower Lawrenceville is $812 compared to the city of Pittsburgh, which is going to be $844, and the state of Pennsylvania stacks up at $859. Average persons per household in Lower Lawrenceville is about 2 people. City of Pittsburgh is 2.1, so right in line there, and the state of Pennsylvania is going to be 2.4. I don't quite know what a 0.1 person or a 0.4 person is. Maybe it's a baby? Not sure. Owner-occupied households in Lower Lawrenceville is going to be 39%. So that's not too terribly bad, and just under 50%. I think when you get into the city limits, the inner city limits, sometimes the rental does climb a little higher. Pittsburgh's average is 47.7%, and the state of Pennsylvania is 69% owner-occupied. All very cool numbers. Now I'm gonna hit you with some rental numbers, and then we'll get out of this. So Lower Lawrenceville, renter-occupied households is 61%. The city of Pittsburgh is gonna be 52.3%, and the state of Pennsylvania is gonna be 31%. So touching on Lower Lawrenceville's demographics, it gets a livability ranking of 75. The higher the number, the better. Population is around 2,176 people in Lower Lawrenceville. Now Pittsburgh has over 305,000, so not really comparable there. We know we're a little division of the city of Pittsburgh. Population density is kind of interesting. It's just over 5,000 people per square mile. City of Pittsburgh is around 5,500, and the state of Pennsylvania is about 287 people per square mile. Now the state of Pennsylvania, obviously, you're not in the city anymore. You have a lot of farmland, so that's why that number is so much lower. Median age in Lower Lawrenceville is around 33.6 years old. Pittsburgh's about 33 years old, and the state of Pennsylvania is around 40 and a half years old. So kind of just under midlife crisis people. Male to female ratio in Lower Lawrenceville is 1:1. Which actually is the same number across the board here, so the city of Pittsburgh and the state of Pennsylvania. Families with kids under 18, which is the definition of kids in Lower Lawrenceville, is 38%. It's kind of an interesting number. I can't say I've ever seen this one before, but compared to the city of Pittsburgh at 39% and the state of Pennsylvania at 40%, seems to be consistent across the board. The last thing we're going to talk about in Lower Lawrenceville is schools. Are you ready? So the city schools, Lower Lawrenceville schools get an F. That's right, an F. If you want raw, unedited, unbiased data, I'm giving it to you. It's an F. See the chalkboard? F. The average test scores in Lower Lawrenceville is 45% below the national average. High school diploma is 10% above the national average, so that's kind of good. And bachelor's degree is 50% above the national average. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed. Please hit the subscribe, ding the bell and leave a comment below if you have any input or you'd like to see me do another video. And by golly, if you're gonna relocate into anywhere in the Pittsburgh area, hit me up.